I thought we did a lot of good things. We have a lot to clean up, as you would imagine. We put in a ton this morning, and with the amount of guys that we have back, I think that was appropriate because they can pick up some of the things we did last year, and then just some of the new tweaks that we're doing, they picked up pretty fast. And then today we did a lot more defensive work and a lot more up and down and competitive. We got a good day of work in conditioning-wise, but we have a long way to go, basketball efficiency-wise.
How did Gordon look just when you did the up and down stuff today?
He looks fine. I mean, I'm sure there will be moments where he's sore. There will be moments where he's trying to regain his rhythm and playing. But from the naked eye watching, and an untrained medical eye in mine, I would say that he looks like himself.
So you made a point to note it when he dunked off of his left leg.
Yeah. I mean, and I actually had asked if that was the first one. The little secret though is he's never done that. He always was a right foot jumper anyway. So, I could probably count on the hand how many times I've seen him jump off the left and dunk anyway. But it was obviously a big deal for him.
Brad, Jason talked about working on getting stronger over the offseason. Just what does adding strength to his game, how could that enhance it even more?
Every one of our guys has to play lower, longer, and core strength is is the most important part of that. Being able to get in a stance, play through contact, play through fatigue, and stay down and play low takes a lot of strength and a lot of core strength. That's been his focus.
With the preseason schedule being so front-loaded, how does that change for you? I mean, you don't have that full training camp, especially when it comes to Gordon and Kyrie.
I've always kind of laughed at the notion of training camp. I think that's probably an old term, but it's 2 days for us. So we're going to treat it as we're going to do our system and put in our system for 10 days, and then we'll add our tweaks and the things that we like to do, specifically offensively and defensively, that may be outside of that after that time. So we've got basically two 10-day periods here as we get ready for the season is the way we're looking at it.
Brad, with the amount of guys that you have back, the speed of installing all this stuff, I mean, you alluded to it in your first answer, but how much quicker are you guys going to be able to get to things as opposed to last season?
We're not going to add a whole lot after today for the next few days because we want to, kind of the whole thing. We want to throw it all at them, and then we'll break it down and try to get as good as we can at that, and then move forward after that. But I think, we went through a lot. Guys pick it up really quickly. They're very smart, and they've got a lot of experience doing that.
You guys had a real strong identity by the end of last year's playoff run. It's a lot of the same guys, but different guys in different places and stuff. Can you pick up where you left off, or does that need to reestablish itself all over again?
Yeah, I think the idea of human nature would suggest after a good season that you skip steps and you don't control all the things that got you to where you went. But I think the fact that we were still smart from that last loss should alleviate some of that human nature. But we better be, if we don't play hard the right way together, then we'll get beat. The game will be honest with us, and then we'll have to go back to square one. If we embrace all that stuff, then I think we've got a chance to have a really good year.
Is everybody full go today?
Everybody went both practices. We monitored a little bit on both practices, but that was just out of being conservative with guys. Robert did, but he did not play in the scrimmage. We just are taking it easy on his first day of NBA practice. He did a ton this morning. We did 25 minutes worth of up and down running this morning. So they were, there was a lot of extra work. With the ball.
So he is fully good to go.
Yeah, he'll be cleared. He'll be ready to play this weekend. We're just taking it easy on the two-a-days.
How integral is Horford in that whole developing identity and sort of
Well, I think Al can speak to. He's been through 11 straight years of playoff teams, and he can speak to all of his experiences, and he knows what made us good, and he knows what we have to work on to be better. And we've tried our best to all talk about that and be that, but his voice carries a lot more weight, you know, than mine or any of the other coaches. So it's great to have guys like him passing that along.
Tyson.
I thought Tice looked really good. I was really, you know, I thought he had a couple of shots that were short. Almost he was surprised to take them. But I think that's pretty normal when you come back from having sat so long. But moving wise, laterally, up and down, jumping off 2 feet, really good.
Brad, BWA, Bench with Attitude, was catching fire on social media last night. Just that group, do you want them to kind of have that identity, and how important is that for them?
I love that group. Like when you think about, you know, and who knows how long those things will stay that way, right? But you've got, you know, a bunch of guys that have already proven that they belong, already proven what they're capable of. And, you know, one of the things that we talked about yesterday, it's a responsibility of all the players that are in the game at one time to play as hard as they can. There's no reason for us to have to get into a rhythm in a game because we've got guys that'll be itching to get in. And, you know, that mindset off the bench is going to be really important. And, you know, I trust those guys. Those guys are all really competitive guys. I've not been asked who we're starting, but I've read that we've already figured that out, so whatever.
Should we read much into that scrimmage and the colors of jerseys?
We can talk about it at 20 on the clock on Friday.
Deal.
Marcus Smart's been through over the last 2 weeks. He said it meant a lot for
Marcus
him.
Smart?
Yeah, for you guys to go down to his mother's service. You can talk to him about kind of just taking it slow. Obviously,
I think that this, you know, Marcus told me earlier today that this is just coming back and running up and down the court was a tremendous feeling. Like just to be out here, exerting energy. He's been, you know, in the hospital quite a bit and by her bedside, and then obviously the week of the funeral is just a, you know, an emotional, tough thing to go through. And we all know Marcus and what his mom meant to him. And so, but I think he enjoyed being back out here, and he's got a great support network here. We've got a good group of guys. And we all know that there's going to be ups and downs, and that we have a responsibility to be there for him. Thanks.
Thanks.